Start with a warm-up for a little bit, just marching on the spot for a minute, a little bit less than a minute, maybe 30 seconds. Just getting the circulation going, shaking it off, shaking it off. Fantastic. All right, so going off from our previous exercise, what we're going to do is go on all our fours and coming back up and like this. So we're going to do 12 of these. Yeah, fantastic. And off we go. All right, so this is part of our warm-up. Before, it was actually part of our exercise routine, but we are stepping up slowly for sure. And if you are a newcomer to this video, I suggest you go back to our previous regime because this is part of a postnatal healing series. So if you follow the journey, you know, you will definitely regain your diastasis recti through progression and safely and correctly as well. Alrighty, so now let's go back into just some mobility hip work. Fantastic. Alrighty. And we'll do a bit of cat and cow because we are obviously working our core, and this is such a fantastic warm-up for the core. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. So what we're going to do is start off with our building blocks. So we're going to do a one-leg hip hike. And off we go. So we're going to try and go just a little bit backwards, just a tap. You might feel that you need to go back the whole foot, step down. That's okay as well. You've just had a baby, so that's cool. Just depending the level you're at, so we'll do 15 of these. Hope you're going well there, ladies. And gentlemen, there's no reason why men cannot do this exercise. In fact, I'll swap over. In fact, you'd be surprised, a lot of these men out there lift heavy, but their balance is shocking. So, you know, all that weightlifting, it's not quite all there yet, is it? If you can't do a one-leg balance and you struggle. 10 more on this leg. Remember, we are engaging the core the whole time. So please do not think that we're just going to do this for the sake of doing it. Everything's about the core, and one of the best ways for core work is actually balance. It really reflects, you know, trying to balance really does reflect on your core ability. Fantastic. Okay, so if you were here from the beginning of our exercise regime, our first video, you know that we were doing the band pull, our self-band pull, and before we were pulling out on 2 seconds, now we're going to be pulling out on 3 seconds. So let's breathe in and breathing out, activating that core, and we're pulling for 3 seconds. Breathing in, pulling in, and we're breathing out for 3 seconds. We are trying to progress, so let's keep it going. Let's do 10 more. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. All right, so next up we're going to use a resistance band around a pole to help us with our progression of squats. So, so width apart, slightly wider, heels on the ground, and we're going, off we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the depth you go really depends on your flexibility. So your hip is, your back is still straight, your heels are still on the ground. So that's what it's really all about. And you know, at the beginning, I think it's okay, and at this level, to be going halfway down. What the goal of this support here with the resistance band is really to help keep that posture for the squats as you come down, because you know, after you've had a baby, you know, been pregnant for so long, in a way your body kind of forgets how to do a squat properly. So we're just trying to build that back up slowly and remind our body how to do that squat with the correct posture. Let's do 1 more. Fantastic. All right, so let's shake it off. That was round 1. Shake it off. If you need to grab a drink, do so. Okay, so let's go. Alrighty, hip hike. Now, I really recommend when you come down, you don't go directly on the side, because that's going to be a lot harder for your core, and we're just not quite there yet. We're trying to work in this frontal plane, this sagittal plane. So I recommend when you come down just a little bit backwards. Yep, so, all right, that's 2 already. We're doing 15. 3. Fantastic. Let's swap sides. One more. Fantastic. Now we go back onto our band pull. All right, ready? Breathing in and breathing out for 3 seconds while engaging the core. And breathe in, breathing out. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Activating the core and back. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Let's go back onto our squats. Okay, ready? 1, and let's go. down. 2. Let's do 10 more. You might feel comfortable just holding the band. That's fine too. 5. Keeping those heels on the ground. Remember, you're pushing from the heels. And keeping that core engaged and activated. Let's do 3 more. Fantastic. Alrighty. That's the end of round 2. We've got one more round to go, so shake it a bit off. All right. Now we're back onto our 1-leg hip hike. All right. Let's get back into it. So remember, we're stepping down backwards, so we're still in this plane. We're not trying to go like this, right? We're just trying to go like that. All right, let's get back into it. That's 2 already. Five more to go. So we're trying to do slow, controlled, and stabilized. Okay, so if you're finding the 2 blocks maybe a bit too hard, drop it down to 1. See how you go. Okay, let's swap over. Few more to go. 1, 2. Fantastic. We're back onto our band pull. All right. Ready? And breathing in and breathing out as we pull out. 3 seconds. Remember, we're not doing 2. 2 seconds is over. We're up to 3. Breathing in, and we're breathing out 3 seconds. It's a solid 3 seconds, not a quick 3 seconds. Fantastic. Let's go back onto our squats. One more round. All right, let's breathe. Okay, so ready? Let's go. Heels on the ground, keeping that back straight. If you're starting to see a bit of a bend in the lower back as you come down, it's a sign you're going a bit too low, and definitely a sign you need to stretch more your back. Let's do 5 more. 1. well that's the end of that. End of our first circuit. Grab a drink and let's get back into our second circuit. Okay, so next up what we're doing, going off from our last video, is our prone overhead. We were lying down, now we're going to be sitting up. You may decide to do standing, but I think for now we might do sitting on the Swiss ball because we will be using it. Now, we were doing 2-second pulls, we're doing now 3-second pulls. So let's go. 3, 1, 2, 3. And remember, as you're pulling out, you are engaging that core. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, I think you get the hint now. It's 3 seconds and how long 3 seconds lasts. Let's do a few more. Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do now, you might want to have a mat here for your knees, but we're really just trying to here, lying down like this, is just trying to go up as you would do for arm raise. So here, just going out like this, and let's practice about at least 12. Nice and slow, steady and controlled. Okay? It might be a little bit harder to engage your core here, but we're really trying to build up our strength in our upper body as well. And also, as we were going off from our protracting and retracting, we really want to go off from that and practice it here, right? So the protract, retract is a bit more up and down, as we were doing back and forth before, but here we want to practice the other way around because it's just as important. Fantastic. All right. So we may want to shake off those arms a bit. All right. Fantastic. And now what we would like to do is go back onto our band pull. All right. Now, the depth you go down really depends on your resistance of your band. Of course, we are using light, but depending on how light is, a band puller is a lot lighter than your typical light resistance band. So that's why I have been able to go all the way down here. And again, it depends on your strength and your core. The main concentration is the core. Yep. So if you're not feeling it in your core, I suggest you take it up a notch, but you may be feeling it more in your, that little bit more in your arms, but our primary focus is our core, okay? So as you pull out, engaging the core. Let's do 2 more. Fantastic. All right. Now, we will be going onto our Swiss ball. And off we go. So really just getting the motions right in your scapula so that when we do start lifting weights, you know exactly how it should feel like. So that's really important. And the motion's quite important because if that full range is not there, building that strength is going to be difficult, and it's probably a sign you need to stretch a lot as well. And it's just going to shorten your muscles if you don't stretch, but keep increasing the weights applied. Few more to go. Fantastic. Let's shake it a bit off, shake it a bit off. All right, we're going to go back into our next and very last round for this routine. Okay, let's get started. Breathing in and out. Halfway there. And breathing in and out. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, 2, 3. Fantastic. Let's go on to our Swiss ball for the last time. Fantastic. We're nearly there. 5 more to go. Fantastic. All right, we're going to take a little bit of time, just a couple minutes to do a stretch. So we're going to do our front line, back line here. And swap. And swap again. Really filling in your lower back. And swap again, last time. Okay, a little bit of the arms, if you can possibly, that'd be great, or down here maybe, just giving it a bit of a stretch. And Spread the legs, and we're going to try and touch the floor at least as far as we can go. Try and do it this way. Fantastic. Well, that's the end of our session. Thank you.